I am flying high, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm just kidding. I don't believe in drugs. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, it's hard to get out of this packed parking lot right now, y'all. As I'm doing my thing. I don't normally do stuff like this. Anyway, but this is why we're experimenting. Nonetheless, do I know that guy? Nonetheless, I'm doing it because this is a channel that I'm experimenting with. Discount or disregard my performative affectations, like stuff like that, because I don't feel totally comfortable in front of a camera yet, so I feel like I have to compensate by overacting instead of doing what people just kind of want you to do now, and that is be yourself. But what is yourself? What is being yourself? What is that? To be explained. What is being yourself? Do people even know how to be themselves anymore? No, probably not. I don't fucking know. Probably not. They know how to be an egotistical shell of what part of them is. This is cool lighting. I like this idea. So, all right. For the one person that will watch this, that is probably a bot, and my friend who is co-creator, co-owner of this channel. I'm leaving a movie theater right now, a packed movie theater. Yay, there's still hope. I'm gonna drive and do this, and the length of the video will be my trip home, but I might take some detours. Anyway, leaving the theater currently that I saw a movie at. What movie did you see? Well, we're getting to that. Just let me get the frick out of chaos land. And then I'll explain it maybe, but maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe that's up for you guys to decide. Maybe I'll poll it. What movie did Christian see? Was it Backrooms? Was it Care Bears 4? Star Wars? Another Star Wars film? Or was it something that I don't even know if I fully liked and may never talk about in a meaningful way? I don't know, but felt compelled to put this video up because speaking of nonsense, I wanted to speak of the nonsensical reality that we're all living in right now, ladies and gentlemen and they thems. Wanted to address that. I just think we, the collective we, Western culture, well, first off, it's kind of sad that I think it's a rare gem of an occurrence to see a packed theater on a Saturday night. Theaters are back, baby! For a long time, though, it wasn't really looking like that was going to happen, and it didn't look like theaters were going to come back. It didn't look like movie theaters were going to come back, and but by that I mean people going out in mass to see a popular film, a film that's doing well, a film that is not just doing well, but I saw Obsession. Okay, like that's the film I saw. I don't want to be cryptic. No need to be cryptic. I saw the movie Obsession. And I'm not really gonna talk about that film during this little thing I'm doing right here, and I'm not even cutting this. Like I'm just trying to get used to stream of consciousness. This might be a pile of shit. This might be complete dog shit. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to talk about the movie. I'm going to talk about healthy soda. Remember to get healthy high fructose syrup as your next supplement. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the experience that I had during the film, which was interesting. And it's not unlike many experiences I've had with other films that I've seen, because I go to the movies as often as I can. Peter will tell you the same thing. Well, actually, he doesn't, because he has a family, but he's got 4 kids. But nonetheless, it's kind of hard to spend that kind of money when you have a family. But if you're a solo guy like me, you get to go and see movies. And I went to go see Obsession, and I liked it. It was good. It was very good. I'm glad that YouTubers are cutting their teeth with the big boys, with Hollywood cinema, and actually getting the resources from executives from major studios to actually dip their feet in a world hitherto unknown to them and to us, because we don't know what this probably soon to be surge, we'll go with that, of new filmmakers from the online space, particularly YouTube. What's his name? Clive Barker. It's not Clive Barker. What the heck is it? Curry Barker? Yeah, Curry Barker directed this one. He was like a Key and Peele type humor, but pretty well done, professional lighting, professional audio, well written comedy sketch act that was popular on the site YouTube. I've seen a few of his videos; they're pretty good. Right at the era, I know I'm all over the place here, but right at the era where like shorts started to become popular, like short form content. This ties in to what I want to say, so just stay tuned with my meandering. Right when short form content was about to completely take over, and people, long were the days where people long gone were the days, or would be soon the days, where people would watch long videos like this for more than 5 minutes. In lieu of that would be a bunch of random, you gotta roll your R's, random clips that go on ad nauseum. And people would scroll through their phones looking for the next hit of dopamine. 15 seconds to a minute and a half. Source of dopamine. Little do they know in 5 years' time that would be long, considered long, to the average doom scroller. And people would get bored by anything longer than a minute, or maybe even 45 seconds. And so anyway, Curry Barker, his stuff, I forgot what the YouTube channel's name was that he would produce his comedy videos on and post them, but he would like dice them up and like put them on short form, like TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, and that's how I was exposed to Curry Barker's content. And then now they don't even look at whole comedy sketch videos. It's like portions of sketch videos. And I don't want to say nobody. There's plenty of there is plenty of there's plenty of people out there that still watch videos that are like, I don't know, like 4 fucking hours. But most people, that they're at work, they're waiting in the waiting room, they're on the toilet taking a wonderful deuce, whatever, like they're waiting in line, they're gonna whip their phone out and indulge in something that could be a meditative practice in patience. Long gone are the days of patience and waiting within the solemn silence of your own thoughts. It's completely gone. It's really, really gone. And why am I bringing all this up in within a video about Curry Barker, the YouTuber making the film Obsession? Well, partially to showcase the storm and the surge of the new era of entertainment, which has to do with YouTubers making movies now, because, you know, that's going to start happening more and more. There's already another film out, Backrooms, and people are aware of that. I don't need to go into that. That was an even more of a popular thing on YouTube than whatever Curry Barker did. I mean, Backrooms, like, changed the whole, or redefined the whole subgenre of found footage, and that could be another video in itself, because I know quite a lot about that kind of thing. I'm an aficionado, a connoisseur in found footage, especially found footage series you can find online. Anyway, frick, man. All this to say, the advent of online content merging with cinema, TV shows are now movies, movies are now TV shows, finales are being shown in theaters, people are flocking to the theater after like a long sojourn away from, and it wasn't just COVID, this stuff, you know, I started seeing dwindling numbers in theaters before COVID, but COVID was kind of the last nail in the coffin. Fun side story. Tenet, Christopher Nolan's Tenet with Robert Pattinson and Denzel Washington's son, I forgot his name. Horrible actor. Sorry! He's a horrible actor. Denzel Washington's son and I know I'm all over the place. I don't give a shit. And Robert Pattinson starred in this Christopher Nolan movie, came out during COVID. Christopher Nolan was like, I don't want to wait. I want to release it during the pandemic. And more on that British accent later. This wonderful British accent that you guys are, that the bots that are watching are glistening their ears with. But I'll stop doing it. Nonetheless, I remember going into that theater after like being in my dad's home, locked up for 8 months, living on unemployment, and then deciding to go to a movie for the first time in like a year. And it's this huge theater called the Grand 18. If you know what I'm talking about, you know where that theater is. It's in North Carolina. Shout it out. Represent Grand 18. Best movie theater I've ever been to. I don't care. Anyway, went to that theater, big theater, huge. No one's in there. And it's like, well, that's not that uncommon. No. The parking lot was empty except for one car. They were open. And then I come in and now there's 2 cars. So it's like huge parking lot, huge like multiplex cinema with 2 cars. I walk in, doors are unlocked, and there's nobody in the lobby, which is insane. You know, it's you've been to a matinee, you know, like maybe it's a little, maybe there's no, maybe it's sparse. Maybe there's like a few people there or whatever. No one, absolutely no one, except for like this Lloyd from The Shining motherfucker at the other end, serving concessions, and just completely in awe that I'm there at all. It's like, oh, we didn't expect anybody. Interesting. Is this angle okay? I don't wanna reposition it. I'm lazy. Here, we'll do this. I'll scoop my seat up. Take a token or two from my driving and filming capabilities. Very safe. You should do this. You should film commentary videos and drive at the same time. It's wonderful. It's liberating. Anyway, I go into the theater. This guy at the other end behind the counter, and like I've been to theaters. I've been inside theaters where there's like nobody there. I'm not like the only guy there or the only person there. This was like the whole building. Nobody was there. It was very surreal. Watched Tenet, and I actually probably hate that movie, but I didn't hate it at the time. It was fun. Didn't know what was going on, but it was my COVID movie, so it's like I got a weird kinship with it. It was like, oh, that was the only time I've ever seen a movie with literally no one except one other like attendant in the building present. So like, wow, okay, I guess that's an experience. Anyway, since then, theaters, it like have like sparse isn't even the word. It's just become almost like a dying public thing. Like it's a type of social gathering that's almost extinct. That's how it was up until like 2023, 24. Then you started kind of seeing, like, you had your Barbenheimers, you had your Dunes, maybe an Avengers movie would do well. There'd be a few people during opening night, and yeah, it was kind of like, okay, maybe this isn't completely a dead form of social get-together like I thought it was. And tonight proves that it's fucking not, because that place was packed. I mean, before I started the video, I was thinking, should I wait to start this video? Because I mean, I can't even navigate out of this parking lot. That's how packed it was. And I was like, whoa, cool, very nice. It was a nice feeling. It reminded me of, like, oh, when I was a kid, you'd get out of the movie theater and there'd be like a sea of people you'd have to get through, and your family would have to like meander through the crowd to get to the car. I haven't had to do that in years. Of course, I don't go to opening nights. Usually opening nights, people go there, and they go there because it's like, oh, people long for these communal experiences where they show up with a huge crowd and they see a film that lets them forget about life, or maybe it reminds them of life in a unique way, or it's just a good story. It's a good way of escaping. It's an art that people like to indulge in, to see beautiful images, yada yada yada. Film school rant, whatever. Transport to a different time and reality and environment. Like films still to this day, even with the advent of social media, they are the stuff of dreams. Like there's an element to cinema. My lazy eyes acted up. There's an element to cinema that is still magical and spectacular and dreamlike, and it can't be replicated even with the advent of the validation machine, the dopamine machine. This is so much soda. Holy crap. I'm gonna drink all of it. I'm gonna drink all this soda, because I paid $25 for it. Sillies. What? You guys, if you guys haven't been to a theater in a long time, which I don't blame you if you haven't, because I'm about to get to my point and make this video like longer than 20 minutes like I thought it was gonna be. Man, I can't get my lazy eye to straighten up. Dang. Anyway, yeah, $25 for a movie ticket and a medium soda. A medium soda. This is a medium. This is a medium. A medium soda. That's 25 amazing double dollars. US Capicolas to get into the theater. Worth it? I like the film, but I'm getting to the point. I'm just gonna go ahead and say the point. So here's my preamble to that point, and everything else was just guff, so that you can listen to this while you fold your laundry. What am I talking about? You don't fold your laundry. You let an Elon Musk robot do that for you. Anyway, sorry. I won't do that again. That was annoying. My shrillness can interrupt my stream of consciousness sometimes, and get in the way of my existence. It's constant interruption, constant impediment. Anyway, so fucking like where I'm going with this. It was nice to see a lot of people at the theater. It was a packed room. I mean, like, it was pretty big theater, pretty big size. Obsession, it's been doing pretty well. It's a pretty popular movie, which is good to see. I'm glad to see that and back rooms are doing well in theaters, because that means executives are going to start like, oh, you mean we do need to listen to like what people are directly interested in, and just hire the people that made that, and just give them a budget, and they actually know what they're fucking doing probably, and do relatively well because they're creators, they're artists. Anyway, yeah, so I'm glad with that, and I'm glad to see people are going to see it, and I'm glad that my theater was packed. I'm not fucking glad that people have completely lost etiquette almost entirely when it comes to like movies, when it comes to getting together. And I'm not gonna go into the whole Chris Stuckman rant of like, you shouldn't, there's like a way to be in theaters. I agree with that. I agree that there's a way to be in theaters. I agree that there's an etiquette in theaters, but I'm not gonna be a stickler for like, you should like never converse, only keep your thoughts to yourself. Whatever, man. If there's like something cool that happens, or something that I find relatable or funny, I might give a, oh frick, man, oh heck yeah, whoa. I wouldn't go that loud with it, but I might go like a little like, oh man, pretty cool. Didn't see that coming. Not through the whole film. I'll make sure that it's in infrequent, sporadic moments that are justified through punctuated moments within the story. I'm not just gonna be like dropping, oh hell no, the whole time. I'm not gonna be doing that. Like, or like, ah shit, dude, whoa, oh, that's amazing. There's a limit. There's a limit to what you can. I look dead. I'm in my eyes. I'm gonna continue judging myself as I do this video, because I'm insecure, and so that's why I'm gonna go onto a rant where I judge other people for a second, because it's my right as an American to judge people. Don't judge me. Anyway, yeah, so fucking, like, I should probably not curse so much, or I shouldn't swear. Maybe that'll demonetize me. The whole film, there was at least 3 to 4, maybe 5 people who not just couldn't stay away from their phones, wouldn't just look at them like on a frequency of like once every 5 minutes, but were compulsively like in need of looking at their device. Like it was this fidgeting, nervous addict energy. And I've seen it before, and I've seen it I've been noticing it in culture for a while, people I've worked with, my own family, my own friends. There's this, we can't put it away at all. It's almost like it is actually impossible. It is actually an addiction. And they don't even have it like for years. They would have like at the beginning of the movie, please silence your phones. Like, don't be a dick. Give it a little click. Turn off your phone. Don't be rude. Get in with the mood. Turn off your phone. Silence your cell phones. I made all those up, but you get what I mean. I feel like being like fake annoying is like how I get stabilization and security with broadcasting in front of a hypothetical audience. Cope with comedy. Yeah, so like every 5 minutes, at least in my vicinity, I could see like 3 or 4 iPhones, or smartphones rather. I have an iPhone, going off. People holding them, checking the time, getting on Instagram, looking up, oh, who's that actress? I gotta know right now. I gotta know now. I gotta know right now who that actress is. It's really important. There's a movie that's like really engaging, and there's like atmosphere and like stakes and like incredible sound and imagery that it's just like really compelling. But I gotta know who this actress is right now. And on top of that, it wasn't just that. There was 2 very worldly gentlemen. Like they were like worldly because they seemed to have a lot to talk about. They weren't loud. They were just 2 late teenagers, early 20-year-olds going about whatever they were talking about, whispering amongst themselves through the whole movie. And it's like, the whole movie, guys, you're gonna whisper the whole movie. I get your buds, I get you're excited to be at the cinema, because it's such a novel place these days. No one really goes there because it's fucking expensive, for one. 2, why go to the cinema when you can just rent a movie and stream it? I get it. So maybe it's a novel experience for 2 Zoomers, Generation Z people. But at the same time, I'm looking at it and I'm like, guys, the whole time, you're gonna talk the whole time. Whenever there's like a relatable moment that you guys have to pontificate about, you're gonna talk. They whispered, I'll give them that, but it's just like, guys, I can't really hold my patience with it much longer, because movies are expensive. I paid $25. I didn't have to pay $25. I didn't have to get the soda, but I can't not drink or eat anything when I'm surrounded by munching and food. I have my willpower sucks. I'm an American. I'm a consuming American. I gotta eat something or drink something while I go to the movies. Again, didn't have to do it, but it's like, still, even if I pay it's getting dark. I gotta get back to like the city part, and then I gotta go home and wrap this video up. Anyway, I go to a movie, I pay like what? Even if I paid $15 for a ticket, I don't expect that $15 to go into kind of sort of watching a movie and then like having to shield my eyes away from the light of a smartphone coming from 3 different directions, you know? Or in this case it was along with dealing with or having to try to focus on the dialogue of the film or the atmosphere of the film through people's whisperings amongst themselves. And again, it wasn't that bad. Most people were pretty polite. Most of the audience was actually pretty polite. But I don't know, I think we've forgotten how to like do like a group event like this. Like, we forgot how to go to the movies, because like there was at least 8 people, I'm not even kidding, like 8 different couples that were like not just late, but like really late. Like the story was already going in the film, the opening credits had already concluded, and people were like just staggering in, like just stumbling in, and little by little, you know, just like one after the other. And I don't know when this shit happened. I don't know when this shit started. I was not, as George Carlin would say, I was not informed. I did not receive a memo. I don't know when this happened. But when the fuck was it like decided collectively to shine a fucking flashlight to get through the aisle? To whip out your phone, shine your flashlight on people watching a movie so that you can finagle your way to a seat. So you could finagle your way to a seat because you can't see the movie because you showed up too late. I mean, damn. And I get it. It's like, but Christian, it's not like it used to be. Seats are like assigned when you go up to a film. Like when you go up to the box office now, or they don't do box offices anymore where I'm from, like where I live. And really, this is most cases where I've been to movie theaters. They have like the concession stand serves as the one size fits all transaction station, you know, like where you get your food and the ticket. But it's like, but when you get your ticket now, you are assigned a seat. You are, and most multiplexes have this. You are assigned a seat ahead of time that they put you in the system for, and then you have to sit in that corresponding seat, you know, like that you've picked out preemptively when you buy the ticket. So it's like, oh man, it can't be just like the old days, Christian, where you can just sit wherever you want. You gotta, like, if you're late, which I get it, sometimes you're late, you gotta like go into the theater and like find that exact seat, like a freaking concert or like a stadium event, and then sit in it. And it's like, yeah, I get that, but maybe show up early. Just learn to do that ahead of time. This lateness thing, man, it's getting bad with theaters. Like I don't remember it being this bad, where like so many people would show up late. Like, and tonight, man, it was crazy. I don't want to complain too much, but like there were, I'm telling you, like 10 people at 8 to 10 like couples, because it's you know, it's a romantic horror film. I get it. So, but like still, like even if it hadn't been couples, like 10 groups, 10, you know, inconveniences walking in late, you know, like it was getting to the point where like I was getting tired of having it happen like twice or 3 times. But like once you get like into a film and it's dark and you have one flashlight shine in your face, like one flashlight in your eyes while you're watching a film, while you're deeply embedded into the story of a film, that's bad enough. Try 2 or 3 times, because people show up, they can't find their seat, they got to go to their designated seat in a packed theater, and to see what's going on around them, to get to where they need to be, they have to shine a flashlight. They don't have to do that, but I mean, they felt like they did, to get to where they're going, to get to that seat. And it's like, man, like you got to be kidding me. Like fuck that, you know? Like it's bad enough whipping out your phone during the film and having like the screen light shine in your face if you're right behind or like right beside the person, you know, fucking with their Instagram or whatever. That's one thing. But the other thing is going into a dark theater, whipping out your phone and using it as a freaking flashlight to get to the freaking seat because they showed up late and they can't find it. So that happened. Finally, 30 minutes into the film, I think everybody showed up, got a head count, right? It took like 30 minutes into the film for people to finally like collectively show up finally, you know, like everybody's here, everybody's straggling in. Is that a word, straggle? Everybody's like just, what are they called? Stragglers? Yeah, stragglers. Took 30 minutes for like everyone to be accounted. for. And after all that, it was like, okay, cool. But then you got the whispering gentleman beside me, and then you have like, from like all directions at sporadic and frequent times, smartphone lights of the time, of social media, of texting, just coming in everywhere, like randomly when I'm trying to watch a movie, you know? And I hate complaining about this because people were showing up. It was a packed theater. It reminded me of when I was a kid and I would see like freaking Atlantis or like a Disney movie, and the theater would be just completely packed, be crowded. Everybody would be there. There was like, you could feel the collective energy of people's reactions. And it made me reminiscent on a time that's I've really kind of been yearning for a while. But now people use it as an excuse for clout, and have no idea how to be courteous or respectful. And it's like, they could be quiet. You know, it's like, what do you mean they're not talking though, Christian? At least they're not saying anything. They seem to know manners. They seem to know like how to behave when you've paid $15 to go see a movie in peace. Yeah, correct. But it's also like, they don't, because I mean, a lot of the people I was with, a lot of the viewers, a lot of the audience that I was with whipped out their phones and didn't ruin the experience for me, but made it kind of difficult to focus on the film because the blue light is in my retinas. And it's like, bro, and it's distracting. It's not just distracting, but it's jarring. Why is it so pivotal to check our phone every 5 minutes? Like, do we really need to know the time? Do you really, really actually need to know the time of what the time is when you've dedicated up to 2 hours, up to 3 hours because of the pilgrimage to and fro the theater? When you've dedicated up to 3 hours to go to this venue, to go to this social outing, do you really need to be like, oh man, I hope I'm not like late for paying attention to where I'm at, you know, or like, oh geez, somebody texted me. Well, maybe I should have, you know, let the people know ahead of time that are important to me, that I'll be in the theater and preoccupied with a bunch of people trying to see a film in silence, or like in an undisrupted space. You know, like there seems to be sort of this selfish pull towards their attention, and it's like, I know I'm talking, well, don't distract me when I'm in a theater. I know I'm talking about my attention being siphoned off, but like, I paid to do that, right? Like I paid to go into a theater to have an experience, hopefully with a bunch of people. Of course, I do like seeing movies alone. That is also nice. But like, it's meant to, you're in an audience, right? A sea of people, all transfixed upon a screen that's transporting you into like a magical realm of non-reality. Okay, there's etiquette that goes there. There's a reverence that goes there. There's a courteous silence and sort of a regality that demands a quiet attention. And quiet doesn't just mean not whispering throughout the film. It doesn't just mean not, you know, talking in general throughout the film. It means also like being aware of how this thing right here, this thing I'm filming on, your phone, your happy machine, your dopamine machine, making sure that is maybe tucked away for a bit, you know, and you're present, and you're not getting your screen out and having the light of that screen flash in somebody's eyes who paid to see only one big screen that they can enjoy, either with a collection of people like I had the privilege of doing tonight, or even alone, or like in a sparse group. But nonetheless, it's a regal form of entertainment that demands only a singular focus on the screen that is projecting the movie that you're watching. And yeah, I got a problem with it. I missed the whole ad before the film, as cheesy as they were, like, silence your cell phones or turn them off. I turn mine off. That's because I'm like a snob. But yeah, man, it's been happening more and more lately. It happened a lot today in this group that I was with, mainly because just the sheer amount of people. You know, like the more, and I usually, when I go to a theater, there's nobody there, or like it's very, very, there's not a lot of people in the seats. But in the last year or 2 years, I've noticed an increase, a steady increase in my particular viewings of people going to the theater, and you know, butts in seats, and actually more people showing up, and this was the most I've seen in a long time. It was nice to go see a popular movie with a lot of people, who were into the same thing, who were curious about the same film I wanted to see. I loved that, but I didn't know how bad the etiquette had gotten. Again, I've been dealing with people with smartphones, everybody has, for a long time. Every time I go to a movie, almost every screening I've been to in the last 5 years, there's someone that whips out their smartphone at some point in front of me, you know, and I have to experience the blue light of their dopamine source. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to get used to that. Call me snobbish, whatever, call me old-fashioned, call me cliche, whatever. You know, call me, you know, tyrannical, or a stickler, whatever. I don't care. This is a very, very, let me get some light in here. This is, ooh, that's harsh. That's really harsh. Wow. It's just an etiquette that, like, putting your phone away and just focusing on the screen and being aware of people around you is something I just hold in high regard. I wouldn't do it to the people behind me. I'm not, look, man, and here's the thing. If you have something going on in your life, if you need to, like, be attentive, if you need to be attentive to, like, a family member, or like you're a parent and you have like a nanny and your kids couldn't come with you, by all means, don't go to the theater. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, probably shouldn't go out. And I get it. I currently take care of my grandfather, but I made sure he had a caretaker with him before I left. And I trust this caretaker with my life. She's awesome. So I knew he was in good hands. I turned my phone off. You know, like which some people might see as a bit of a risk, but I mean, I knew the situation. I know that he's secure. I went out for 3 hours knowing I'd be back within a certain time frame. I let them know. I made sure everything was fine. And then, turn my phone off. Or at the very least, turn it on silent and just sparingly look at your phone. And not every 5 minutes to look at the time. Or like, oh man, I need to like take a picture of like the screen. That happened a lot. There was like pictures going off, like flashes, because people wanted to, look what movie I'm watching. Look what movie I'm seeing, guys. Because we all, I mean, you know, you got to post on social media. I mean, that's what I'm doing. Which is another topic for another video. This is going on 45 minutes and no one's going to watch it. But I just wanted to address that stuff. The juice of what I wanted to the juicy meat of what I wanted to get into is that part, how people are addicted to their phones to the point of, oh, I gotta post my experience in the theater on Instagram, on like TikTok stories. I gotta post it on my stories so people know what I was watching in the theater while the movie is going on. And just browse social media whenever there's a moment in the film that isn't as interesting as the moment before. It's just crazy. So I'm glad people are like going out and watching movies again in mass. But can we bring the etiquette back too? You know what I mean? Not make it an excuse to like clout chase or like post like your daily activities while the fucking movie that you're watching, that you're paying to watch, is currently happening, like a concert. I was at a Bob Dylan concert recently. Great concert. You know what he did? He made it to where, like, mandated to where you walk into the venue and they make you take your smartphone, put it in a bag, and then they wrap the bag around you and you take your bag with you. And they have a lock on the bag that only can be accessed or unlocked by security at the front gate. It's like, hang on, that sounds a little dictatorial. I'm balding, I love it. Do you guys like it? Anyway, that's enough self-deprecating. But no, I think that's a bit much, but I understand a performing artist's need to dictate in that way, because people are addicted, man. Like, I mean, the gentleman beside me was like shaking. Like he had this like kind of weird, couldn't sit still, nervous energy whenever he wasn't looking at his phone. And eventually, because I give people shit, like non-verbally, if they look at their phone and they're right next to me, I'll kind of go like this. Really? I won't say anything typically, but I'll kind of go like if I'm like this. I look like an old man. And that's probably what I came off as. Like, who's this fucking 48-year-old looking at me like that? He doesn't get it. I have to look at my social media. I have to text back like this person and tell them what I'm watching right now. I can't wait till after the movie. They got to know right now. And then I got to post a video about it or a photo about it on freaking TikTok. You know, so I get like street cred for watching this and filming it. It's really bad. The guy, whenever he would like, I think he noticed me doing this, because I eventually just did this to like block the blue light coming into my retinas, because I was like, dude, I don't want to see that. So that was like my polite way of letting him know. But whenever he reached for his phone again, he had this like shake to him. It was like, okay, it's been 20 minutes. This is a boring scene. I gotta text my friend, or like I gotta look up this actress. Because I was looking at what he was looking up, and it was like, oh, you're on Google. You want to know facts about the film. Got it. Wait till after the movie, bro. Wait till after the movie. Please, bring back etiquette, please. I'm going to sign off. It's 50 minutes, and I'm just going to keep it as is. I'll upload it, and I don't care who watches it, but I think I just want to get in the habit of doing this. And you guys like seeing my filthy mug, right? You like seeing my beautiful mug. Should I go with filthy mug or beautiful mug? Should I go with self-deprecating or overly narcissistically vain? Decide in the comments. Peace. Thanks for watching. Yep.